I'm Carol Ann Riddell, and welcome to Arts in the City. We are coming to you today from the Metropolitan Museum of Art, and we'll go inside a groundbreaking photography exhibition a bit later in the show. But first, a mashup you might not expect: ballet and martial arts. Reina Ramirez shows us how they come together.
What if you take the grace of martial arts and combine it with the strength and forms of classical ballet? That's exactly what Shoko Tamai has done, and she's breaking all the rules with Ninja Ballet. Dancing with knives, for some people, may sound like a bad idea, but for Shoko Tamai, it's a new form of expression. It's called Ninja Ballet, a name that stuck when she incorporated martial arts in a new piece she choreographed and performed in Thailand.
I had a tour in Thailand to present my own choreography. So I thought to myself, like, why do I not do this piece that I created between the martial arts and ballet? Because no one really do that. The audience was calling me Ninja Ballet. And I was like, wow, this is a great name, Ninja Ballet. And next day, when I wake up, there's a woman came to clean my room that I was staying in bungalow. And then she was like, Ninja Ballet. It was a really good performance last night at the outdoor stage. I was like, oh, you remember me? Oh, this woman doesn't know my name, but she remembers Ninja Ballet.
Shoko Tamai began her ballet training as a toddler. Shoko got a scholarship to the Central School Ballet in London at the age of 14. Later, she joined the Dance Theatre of Harlem in New York. Aware of her short career as a ballet dancer, Shoko pivoted and took a martial arts class. The weapons drew her attention.
Ballet was more difficult when I studied. It was not, I was not born to become a ballet dancer. Like, ballet was 20 years of training, like working hard, determination. All that comes in one alignment, and finally I became a professional. Martial art is something that I felt like I've been doing it since my past life or something like that. Martial art, you can actually play around. You can actually perform this until I become 100 years old if I live that long. But ballet, like maybe maximum 40 years old. Like I don't want to be on the pointed shoes and dancing until my stamina goes away. I want to end it in the highest level of my, it's like a flower life. It's like a classical ballet life. So I always thought like my last day will be like age 40, age 45. It's like my death. That's what I used to think of it as a ballet dancer. I think everybody who is doing ballet, they think about that. But for martial art, when I meet the martial arts, it's something that you can do for forever.
And Shoko says that New York City is the perfect stage to launch Ninja Ballet.
I believe the New York City is a place that you can actually make it happen anything you want to do. I can wake up and be able to dance, and that's all what I do for this past 11 years, thanks God I live here. I basically do only what I love to do and keep living my life, keep creating. I would like to bring Ninja Ballet to my home country in Japan. I would like to bring Ninja Ballet to world tour because I truly believe in what we do with martial art and dance.
For Arts in the City, I'm Reina Ramirez.
And for upcoming dates, you can check out ninjaballet.com. Up next, a classical music series with a surreal, maybe even spooky twist. It takes place in a Brooklyn cemetery. Craig Thompson explains.
Deep in the heart of the Greenwood Cemetery, a new music series has taken root in a catacomb where the tombs of the dead still lay.
For the types of music that we put in here and the artists and the ensembles, it's, I think, a perfectly balanced musical experience.
Andrew Owsley is the curator of the Angels Share music series.
Technically, it's such demanding music that I think to sit one of 50 or 100 people to watch these, they're really like Olympic athletes of music perform these feats in front of you is, again, I think, an incredibly impactful experience for the audience. The advantages are, I think, clear in that acoustically it's just a remarkable acoustic. There is this rich reverberance, and yet with an audience in the space, it's incredibly clear. It doesn't get washed out.
Before coming to the Catacomb, Andrew had begun a series of concerts at a crypt under the Church of the Intercession in Harlem.
When I stepped inside, I just thought it was one of the most remarkable acoustical spaces, but also characterful and intimate and yet expansive at the same time. So to me, it just felt like a perfect place to have a bit of a communion around music and a shared musical experience. After a while, we gained enough attention that I got an email from Greenwood Cemetery saying, hey, we've got a catacomb, and here we are. There's an intensity in both spaces, I think, that is immediately viscerally felt, and that I think lends itself to an intense musical experience as well.
Andrew has a clear idea of the types of music best suitable for these remarkable spaces.
Both concert series are exclusively classical music and opera. I program music that has, I think, a transcendent element, a moving element that, again, I think is particularly suited to the spaces and the inherent confrontation and contemplation of mortality that takes place the second you walk into both spaces. One of the most powerful ways to convert somebody to the art of opera is to watch top-level singer move air in front of you. And when you're in the Met Opera and you're 1,000 rows back, it's still extraordinary that they can produce this sound, and it's a different kind of impact. But to hear this and to feel it on your face and your bones is extraordinary.
The new season at both the Crypt and the Catacomb starts in the spring. For more information, visit deathofclassical.com. For Arts in the City, I'm Craig Thompson.
If you're a reader who loves twists and turns, fasten your seatbelt because this book is for you. We sat down with best-selling author duo Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen at the Pierre Hotel's 2E Lounge. You may remember their last hit book, The Wife Between Us. Well, they're back with another one. It's called An Anonymous Girl, and it will keep you guessing. Sarah, Greer, thank you so much for sitting down with me today. It is really a thrill.
Oh my God, thank you so much for having us.
We're so happy to be here.
So I've read both of your books, complete page turners, could not put them down. Your most recent book is called An Anonymous Girl. Let's talk a little bit about that. If you could just explain how the story unfolds without, of course, giving the ending away.
So I'll take this one.
You take this one.
An Anonymous Girl is the story of a young woman who lives in New York City. Her name is Jessica, and she's kind of struggling to get by. She, is trying to earn money, trying to make her way. One day she finds out about a study on ethics and morality. And she thinks this is going to be a quick, easy way to make a little extra money.
So she doesn't need it in New York?
Right, a few $100. So she sneaks into the study. She walks into a classroom at NYU, and there's nothing in there but a laptop with the words "Welcome Subject 52" on the screen. She begins to type to answer these very generic questions that begin, and quickly it seems as though the questions start changing. They're being almost tailored for Jessica by the mysterious Dr. Shields who's running the study. It seems as though Dr. Shields knows what Jessica is thinking and what she's hiding.
Bum, bum, bum. And it goes from there.
And it gets creepier from there, yes.
Where did the premise of the book come from? The idea of this young woman participating in a psychological study. How did you come up with that?
We knew we wanted a woman and a therapist, some kind of a relationship. We didn't exactly know how it was going to unfold, but that was the basis, because it's such an interesting dynamic that we feel that a client has with their therapist, and also the relationship the therapist has with their client.
Yeah.
And what are they thinking?
When you sit down to write a book like this that has so many twists and turns, are you trying intentionally to trick the reader?
Yeah.
Good. I like the honesty. I like it.
I mean, yeah, we want to surprise
Yes,
you.
and you appreciate it as the reader.
We want to spin you guys around and have you gasping and say, I never saw this coming. I thought I knew what was going to happen. Absolutely.
Sarah's in DC and I'm in Manhattan, and so we early on, even though we came up with this idea to write together, we didn't really think about the practical part of it, about how we were going to do this. We early on decided we wanted to write every line together. And then the question was how. And so my daughter, who was then 13, set us up on Google Docs and Google Hangouts, which we didn't know what it was. I mean, it's embarrassing, but for anyone out there who's watching who doesn't, it enables Sarah and I to be looking at separate screens, but we're looking at exactly the same material.
Document,
We're in each other's homes, basically, even though we're in two different cities. At this point, we're eating lunch together and talking.
Yeah,
and
the
writing.
politeness has gone out the window. But then we take these breaks, we say T and P. T and P, are we allowed to go get some tea and go to the bathroom?
Tell me how it began, this idea of you two writing together.
I love this story.
I know,
It's like our origin story. It's our origin story. So.
Yeah.
When I was working at Simon Schuster, I submitted Sarah's debut novel, The Opposite of Me.
You were the editor.
I was the editor. I loved it, and I acquired it. And over the years together, we worked on 7 of Sarah's books. She had 7 solo books. And over the years together, we discovered we had a number of uncanny similarities. So we both had studied psychology and journalism. We both had played field hockey in high school. We're both terrible cooks. We're both the exact same age.
29?
We both have,
Me too.
We both have brothers who we're really close to, who are both named
named
Robert.
Robert.
I mean,
It's
weird.
eerie.
It was
Yeah.
weird. So we had these eerie similarities. And then when I decided to leave corporate publishing, in the back of my mind, I wanted to write. But I really wasn't telling many people, because it's kind of a scary thing to put out there. But Sarah and I stayed close, and I told her. And she said,
Let's write a book together.
But it must be sort of like any other relationship or like a marriage, then you have to work at it, right? So is there a secret to how you do that?
Honestly, it is so good. We don't argue. We don't fight.
Come on, girls.
Maybe we're in the honeymoon phase,
know.
but we're like in year 4 right now, and we are closer than ever.
I'm also a lousy cook, so maybe I can hang out with you guys sometime.
Totally, yes.
Oh,
Yes.
I'm really good at that.
okay, same.
All right. It was so great having you. Thank you so
you
much
so
for
much
sitting
for
down
having
with me.
us.
I loved every minute of it.
Thank you.
So fun. Thank you.
Now to Neil Rosen and his interview with Oscar-nominated actor Saoirse Ronan. They talked about everything from her childhood to her new film, Mary, Queen of Scots, now available for streaming.
At only 24 years of age, acclaimed actress Saoirse Ronan has accomplished quite a bit, having received 3 Oscar nominations for Atonement, Brooklyn, and Lady Bird. She was also a hit on Broadway 2 years ago in a revival of Arthur Miller's The Crucible. Her latest film is Mary, Queen of Scots, where she plays the 16th century Scottish monarch who battles Elizabeth I for England's throne.
Should you murder me, remember you murder your sister. And you murder your queen.
I was so happy to be given a role like that. And especially at that age as well, when usually there's just nothing coming in for girls at all that's like in any way interesting. So when I got it, it just felt like gold dust. And then I had about 5 years to research her.
Do you enjoy being in a period piece from so many centuries ago, and do wearing those costumes help you get into character?
They do, yeah. I mean, we had corsets on and, you know, 5 skirts within one outfit. So that makes it quite hard to just move in general. And so you have to sort of learn how to navigate your way around this restriction that you have on your body. And it was great, and it was actually a really great way to sort of get into that physicality of a woman like that.
You were born in the Bronx, and even though you left when you were 3, do you feel any connection at all to the place?
Actually, about 2 years ago, I was doing a play in New York, and I did an interview where they took me back to the Bronx, and they asked where I wanted to sort of do it. And there was a diner that we always used to go to. And as soon as I went in, I remembered exactly where we used to sit, and the people that were there have been there since Mum and Dad were in New York. So it was amazing, and it really did feel lovely to be back there.
I wish that I could stop feeling that I want to be an Irish girl in Ireland.
4 years ago, Saoirse starred in the movie Brooklyn, playing a homesick Irish immigrant who leaves her family behind and comes to New York City in the 1950s in search of a better life.
Dear Rose, I miss you and Mother and think about you every day. The most important news is that I have a job and I'm in a boarding house.
Brooklyn was my favorite movie of the year 3 years ago. Tell me your thoughts and your experiences working on that film.
It was a very, very emotional job to do for me, for loads of reasons. Mum and Dad had essentially done that trip and had worked in New York for about 12 years, and Dad became an actor over here, and I was born here, and then we went back to Ireland, and so the two places make up who we are as a family, really, and who they were as young people and younger people. And I had just left home, so I was really homesick and was getting to do this thing that was essentially about leaving home, and it was like very therapeutic, but at the same time it was still really raw for me. So it was an emotional one, but God, like one of the most special things I've ever done.
You're going to return to the New York stage, and did you enjoy your experience doing The Crucible a few years ago?
I did, yeah. It was, it's something I definitely don't regret doing, and yeah, I would do it again. I'd quite like to do something maybe off Broadway or at BAM or, you know, something like that.
You've already been nominated at 24 years old for 3 Academy Awards, something that many other actors only dream of. Are you going to continue acting for the rest of your life, or you have other plans?
I don't know. I mean, at the minute I want to keep acting, yeah. I'd like to direct and stuff as well, but yeah, I do love it.
With Saoirse Ronan, I'm Neil Rosen for Arts in the City.
It's a common story in New York City, the waiter who's really an actor just hoping for that big break. Making a living as an artist can be a slog for the less than famous set, but a new book, an Amazon bestseller, outlines how to do it. Beth Kovetz has more.
An actor's life can be a wonderful thing, but like most artistic professions, many are called and few are paid. In his new book, Working Actor, David Dean Bottrell shares quite a few tricks of the trade for surviving the business end of any artistic life. Acting schools and art schools, they teach you how to act and do art, but who teaches you how to find a job?
Well, sadly, nobody teaches you how to do that. In the olden times, when I was in school, there were 0 classes on career preparation. Now, I'm happy to say that now a lot of schools are attempting to do that. They're trying to give you at least some basic knowledge of what the jobs are out there, what a casting director is, what a producer is, what a director is, what an agent is, what a manager is. But the truth is, it's so personal, your journey once you get out. It's almost like, you know, when somebody says, oh, how do I get an agent, or how do I get started in all this? I think, well, I could tell you my story. I can tell you how it happened for me, but it's the same thing as sort of saying, like, how did you find your husband or wife?
Bottrell is best known for his work as Lincoln Myers on Boston Legal, but he's also a writer, teacher, and a producer, and his book has advice that applies across the artistic spectrum.
Listen. Listening is big. As an actor and as an artist and as a human being, listen. because when you really learn how to listen, you won't kid yourself about things. You'll understand when you fit in and when you don't. And learning where you fit in, that can sometimes disappoint people. They can feel like that's limiting, but it's actually fantastic news. When you discover what your tribe is and what your category is, what it is that you excel at, do that. And then you'll be surprised how quickly, once people know you, you'll get new opportunities that will be outside that circle.
After nearly 30 years of making his living in the profession, the LA Times called David Dean Bottrell an actor on the fringe of success. In any other world, a 30-year career would put you in the middle of success. Why is the acting world's winner's circle so weird?
That's a good question. The truth of it is there's always going to be this, well, maybe not always. Maybe this book will change everything. Maybe my book will change it all. But historically, people consider actors to be one of two things. You're either starving or you're a billionaire. Nobody really realizes that there's this huge middle class. And that's really what I'm writing about, is how to be middle class in show business, because it's actually doable. And for my money, it's actually a little more comfortable than being famous. I've had a little taste of being famous, and I have some friends who are very famous. And it's a tough job. It's tougher than people think it is. But if you're middle class, you really only have one objective, which is to just keep working and keep yourself artistically alive and stay interested in the work and stay employed. And that's actually a lot more fun and a lot less pressure.
David, as we move more and more into this gig economy, artists and non-artists alike are all kind of being faced with these same ideas of instability. Do you think these tenets in your book apply beyond actors?
It is so important now in a world where you rarely meet your employers face-to-face now until you're on the set with them. It's all taped auditions, and you send it in and you take a shot. And I always say to everybody, they're shopping. And everybody's rushed, everybody's budgets are smaller than they used to be, schedules are shorter than they used to be. And so when they look at auditions, they have one question, which is, can I hire this person now immediately? Can I see instantly that they can do the job? Not maybe they can do the job, or maybe if I work with them they can do the job, or maybe if I encourage them they can do it. No one's going to spend any time pulling it out of someone. They have to see somebody who has it in hand. And particularly if what you have in hand is uniquely out of you, it's your unique take on this material, and you own that completely, you present that in a very unapologetic way in an audition, you're dying to work with somebody like that.
This has been Lisa Beth Kovetz for Arts in the City.
Man's best friend now has a museum in New York City dedicated to all things dog, and it just opened. Let's go for a walk with our own Barry Mitchell.
There was a farmer had a dog, and Bingo was its name. Oh, B-I-N-G-O, 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 and Bingo was his name. Oh.
Alan, how much is that doggy in the window?
Oh, if we had to make it today, probably close to 6 figures, low 6 figures.
No kidding.
That was made specifically for here because of this wonderful window where you can see it out all the way straight out into Park Avenue.
Welcome back to New York.
Well, thanks. I've been here, but the museum's been in St. Louis for 32 years. But it was out in the country and didn't get a lot of people.
It was the pooper scooper law that chased you out of New York, wasn't it?
It could have been because they had a dog park out there, which is full of grassy knolls.
Okay, puppy training one. Hey, Molly. Molly. Yoo-hoo, Molly.
Move around.
Molly, I'm in the trainer zone. Molly, over here. Hi, Molly. Please say hello to my handsome CUNY TV colleague, Vinny Verdi. We're going to find out what breed of dog Vinny looks like. And the wheel of dogs goes round and round. You're a boss? Vinny is a Boston Terrier. It's a non-sporting, friendly, bright, amusing dog.
Sounds good. I think I'll take that.
Give Molly the treat. Here, Molly, here's a treat. There you go. Good girl. Ow, ow, you got my finger. Alan, this reminds me of Lady and the Tramp.
Well, it's an interesting thing. It does show class distinctions. And what you have here is in England in the last part of the 19th century, you had collecting dogs, and they would go around to try to raise money for causes. And here we have it. It says ITY, so it's a charity. So this dog would come up, the scruffy dog would come up to a pampered pug in this nice front porch, and in a sense, they're stand-ins for their owners. This would probably be some sort of scruffier guy trying to get some money, and this would be a well-fattened businessman.
This is social commentary.
Absolutely.
Nice doggy, nice doggy.
Grab the ball.
Grab the ball. Oh, there's a ball. Want to play ball? Get the ball, Molly. Get the ball. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. That's it. Great job. Is that for me or for the dog? Great job. American Kennel Club's Museum of the Dog, back in New York, here at 101 Park Avenue and 40th Street. Come for a visit, and you'll want to stay. You're good.
And that is our show for today. Thanks so much for joining us. Remember, you can find us online anytime you need your New York City arts and culture fix. I'm Carol Ann Riddell. We'll see you next time on Arts in the City.